Whoa, everybody, I bet you ain't never expect to hear this voice again. The Nightmare Baller one. It's been forever. But, I figured I'd record a video. You know, it's been, what, 2 months now? Maybe a month? Something like that. But, you know, holiday season, family, things like that. And not just that, you know, I just really haven't had the heart to, honestly. As among other things going on. But, I figured I'd do a review. So that's pretty much what I'm known for. And this is my review of PWG War Without Borders. I can't say the first name. Guerre Sans Frontieres. I think that's how you say it. This is the best PWG show of all time, pretty much. Every match on here was entertaining. Even the match that was just kind of okay was still entertaining. Let me get to the review. Opener was a nine-man three-way tag match with the Cutler brothers and Charles Mercury, Los Luchas and Malachi Jackson, and Johnny Goodtime, Shane Haste, and Jerome LTP Robinson. Being honest, like, I like these type of matches because, you know, it didn't go that long. It was like 10 minutes. It was nothing but action. You know, it allowed the crowd to get into it, you know, because it was a lot on this show. And I think to keep the crowd, they had to put on a match like this at the beginning. Crazy, balls to the wall action. For just 9 minutes, just some spots in here I had never seen before. Yeah, it was a spot fest, but it served its purpose. You know, I give it 3.25 stars. It's a lot of fun, a lot of just a lot of fun. Like I can't stress that enough. And then next we had the worst match of the night: Candice LeRae versus Christina Von Eerie. This was alright. You know, it's an okay women's match. Candice LeRae can really work, like really work. I've seen her like a few times, like actually in the ring. Like I know she take bumps. If you saw the Chris Hero Human Tornado stuff, or even the Human Tornado and Joey Ryan stuff, you know he can take bumps. I mean, she can take bumps. This was alright. 2.25 stars. Now I wasn't bored. It didn't go that long either. You know, I think they knew, hey, you know, we can't have them wrestling for a long time. If y'all hear something, that's the TV. After that, we had Human Tornado versus Scott Lost. This was good too. You know, they didn't give us that much time either. I think this was like 13 minutes. Scott Lost is, like I said, the most underrated dude, like, period, on the indie scene. And, you know, like I said, people doubt Human Tornado's wrestling ability. He showed it off again. This was good also. 3.25 stars also. So far, so good, right? You know, nothing on here, you know, that's bad. You know what I mean? Then after that, we had a great match from Karl Machine Gun Anderson and Roderick Strong. This was just nuts. They were hitting the hell out of each other. Roderick Strong was lighting his chest up, just, oh. And Karl Anderson was giving as good as he got. This match was just, I think it was like 17 minutes, and they were just killing each other all 17 minutes. Just chops and clotheslines and kicks and backbreakers, and oh, this was just so great. 4.25 stars. This was so great. I was so into this. Karl Anderson, like I said, is the most improved wrestler of the year. I don't even think it's close. Just my opinion. Like, cause he used to suck. Like, if y'all know, if y'all saw like 2007 PWG, he got a little better in 2008. But like now, like if you look at his stuff in New Japan and his stuff in PWG, he's improved like so much. I'm telling you, it's nuts. All right, then we had a match that I thought kind of didn't need to happen: Naruki Doi versus Joey Ryan. See, if I was booking this card, I would have had Naruki Doi face Scott Lost. Would have been a better match. I mean, but still, this was really good also. But Doi and Lost would have put on a great match. But this was 3.75 stars. I loved the finish. Joey Ryan going at this quick pace was kind of cool to see. I didn't know if he was gonna be able to work the Dragon Gate style or not, and he kind of did. Cause like towards the end, like the last 5 minutes was like really fast, like boom, boom, boom. You know, just like Dragon Gate type stuff. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Just spot after spot, and it wasn't like really spotty. You know, it flowed together. You know, if you've seen Dragon Gate, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, if you watch a spot fest, they take forever setting up the spots, and you know, and, you know, this, that, and the third. But like with Dragon Gate, everything goes one after the other. You know, it's not just this spot, then that spot, then this spot, then that spot. So, you know, this was good. And then afterwards we had El Generico versus Shingo Takagi. Good God, this match was just nuts. Like if you seen Davey and Kenta, I mean not Davey and Kenta, Davey and Shingo, like subtract some of the near falls at the end, and you pretty much got this match. This was just Generico was kicking out of everything, and got a bunch of cool spots in this. Like he took a hell of a clothesline, like it just must be seen. And then we had a really cool spot where Generico went for his dive through the ropes, and his DDT spot on the outside, which is really cool if you haven't seen it. And Shingo caught him in mid move and hit him with a suplex. It was just really cool to see. This was great. 4.5 stars. Second best match of the night. Incredible. Just incredible. Like I can't stress it enough. That was incredible. Alright, then we had Bryan, Kendrick, and the Young Bucks versus CIMA and the Motor City Machine Guns. I'm sorry. This was great. Like also, like as I said, the show is pretty much stacked from top to bottom, as you can tell. And this was great also. You know, the crowd was really into this. You know, the crowd was really good for this entire show. You know, a lot of people have, you know, issues with the PWG crowd, but in this show they were good. You know, like the entire show they stayed with everything. This was a great match. The ending I didn't really like that much, but still a great match. I give it 4 stars. This was great. And then we had the best match of the night. The best match these two have ever had against each other. Chris Hero and Bryan Danielson. What an excellent match. Just mat wrestling, drama, storytelling, psychology, all wrapped into one. The crowd was into it, surprisingly, because, you know, I'll admit this is kind of true. A lot of people say that PWG crowd just they're marks for moves, which is kind of true. You know what I mean? But this was great. Like, and Danielson's speech afterwards was also great. Even though some people, not gonna say any names, C-Dude9590 said that he buried the title, which I don't agree with at all. This was a special circumstance behind this, and you know, it was cool how it went down. This was a great show. 975. I love this to death. I've been following PWG since basically the early days, since like the beginning of 2004, and I'll say that this is the best show they've ever put on, and it would be so hard to top this. 975. Yes, I said it. 975. The only other show that is better than this year is Glory by Honor 8. And this show had better matches. The reason why I think that show was better is because that show had a little bit of everything. Storyline progression, and I have a review of that coming. I'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm back, y'all. I'm here to stay. You know, even though, you know, it's the holiday season or whatever, I'm not gonna let that stop me from hitting y'all with my thoughts or whatnot. And, you know, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.